Good to see you, Don.
Good evening. I'd like to begin the meeting of the Insurance Committee, September 21st, 2022. May we have a roll call, please?
Yes, Ms. Barrett Petita.
Here.
Mr. Barrett Plaisance.
Here.
Mr. Al Archer. Ms. Tina Babin.
Here.
Dr. Dennis Keon.
Here.
Mr. Henry LaFont. And Mr. Randy Schwess.
We do have a quorum. Thank you, ma'am. I think you want to introduce.
Yes, and before we begin the meeting tonight, I'd like to introduce y'all to Heather Torres. She is our new administrative assistant in the business department, and she will be handling the moderation for the insurance committee as well as the finance. This is her first meeting. Put her to the test.
Okay. First item of new business is to consider recommendations presented by Buddy Leday from Gallagher Benefit Services, Inc. for dental and vision insurance for the 2023 and school year and take appropriate action. Mr. Leday.
Thanks, Ms. Marion. We first off want to thank Delilah Baudouin, who's here. She's our senior account manager. She does a lot of the marketing and negotiations along with myself. So she did a whole lot of spreadsheeting and a lot of RFPs to go out to all of the dental carriers that we work with to find the best deal possible for you guys. So before we talk about our recommendation, it's good to understand where we were and recognize that. So we were with Delta Dental. We went with Delta Dental 3 years ago. They were a very good partner. No complaints. I feel like they did their part. Their service was good. If y'all remember right, they actually helped us out during a couple of months during COVID. They waived some premium at one point. They were a great partner, and we appreciate all they did. But long story short, y'all, loss ratio on dental insurance was very high. Okay, which is a good thing. That means y'all people have good dental hygiene. But at the same time, it does run the claims really, really high. Delta Dental was asking for a 23% rate increase on the dental insurance. We, Delilah, negotiated them to come down based on competitors and so forth to 10%. We knew in this situation that we're currently in, we're trying to keep benefits costs as low as possible. So what we did is, and we'll get to vision in a second, we tried to create a package deal on a carrier that had a good dental and a good vision program to maybe come up with something that'll keep costs about where we were before. The company that came out best on a combo plan with vision, and again, somebody can have dental and not vision and not dental. It's just how we negotiate pricing. Is a company called Emeritus. Emeritus based out of Nebraska, one of A-rated large company. We actually write the Foods Parish government, and currently Assumption School Board has them as well. They have some local representation, good service providers, but Emeritus came back at right under 4% above your current rates. So they were beating Delta Dental by about 6%, and I'm going to get to vision in a second, but they were actually cheaper on vision for next year. So our recommendation is Emeritus. Not only are they matching the same benefits, they are paying at the 90th percentile, which is important on dental. We've talked about that before. Most of the dentists around here are not in anyone's network. So you have to pay highest percentile to keep the balance billing as low as possible. And what we do is we take a spreadsheet and we put everybody's top 20 usage codes next to each other. Emeritus is actually slightly better than Delta Dental, so it's a little bit higher payouts in certain categories, and their rates are better. So our recommendation would be to go with Emeritus. They're giving us a 2-year rate guarantee, but this is just a renewal for 2023. Next year we can come back. If you guys wanted to shop it again, we could, based on experience. But with the loss ratio you guys had, it was upwards of about 130%. To only get a 4% increase from another carrier is good. We're happy with that. So it'll be a slight effect on everybody's rates, but we're talking $1 or $2 at max. So.
Motion, Dr. Giat, second. Plaisance. Do we have any board questions or discussion? Any public discussion? Oh yes, Mr.
Will we get anything on the rates?
Yeah, all of that is publicized during open enrollment. I have the rates, but during open enrollment, we create a video. It goes over the rates. We create an open enrollment guide. All of that is being processed right now. And then employees they go online and they enroll and they can see everything in the rates before they do their enrollment. But everything will be notified. It's also on the website. We have 2 separate websites, the district and then the UVille website that's produced through the enrollment partner center. So there's a lot of access points.
When will the enrollment take place?
When we starting? November
First.
1st?
For the
Okay.
first week of November.
Okay.
We do
Yes.
18 days.
18 days open enrollment. It is, I'll just say this, it's what will happen this year. We felt that, since you mentioned it, and I think it's good to mention, during COVID, we learned a lot about how we can do things differently and efficiently, and we kind of got some feedback and felt as though an enrollment platform that allowed people to go on and enroll themselves works. If people need to speak to a counselor, they can contact the insurance department, they can put them in contact with somebody, but we're having more and more people that are liking that. In addition, it'll be what's called a passive enrollment, where if you feel you just want to keep all your benefits the same, you watch the video, you learn what it was, and you want to keep what you have. If you had Delta Dental, you're going to go to Delta Dental Plan A. You had Plan B, you go to Plan B. I'm mentioning that because actually, with Emeritus, they're offering a third option, and of course, it's a voluntary benefit, but the third option includes orthodontia. So we had a lot of teachers and people telling us, when are we going to get something that covers orthodontia? We now have a plan that covers orthodontia for children of age 9, so, or dependents of age 9. So that's included. But again, if somebody says, you know what, I don't feel like enrolling, just leave my stuff the same way, and they had the, let's just say the copay medical plan, they would keep the copay medical plan. If they have the low tier dental plan, they would keep the low tier dental plan. And the benefits are exactly the same, it's just a different carrier. And so I think that'll help a little bit with some of the people that were saying it, oh, I forgot, or I can't remember to do that, or whatever it is. But if somebody needs to make changes, they'll have the opportunity. So.
Any public comment? Not with vote? Unanimous. Letter B, to consider the renewal of life insurance for 2023 as presented by Buddy Leday of Gallagher Benefits, Inc., and take appropriate action.
So your vision program prior was with MetLife, using what's called a VSP network. So you know a little bit about vision insurance. Most of the insurance companies rent networks from companies like our Vision.
So this is life insurance.
We're on life. I skipped over life. Sorry.
Oh, we don't have.
We don't have the Vision.
Vision and dental.
Vision would together. We're together. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Sorry. Do we need to go back? I kind of mentioned it as a package, but I kind of.
Okay.
Well, with a point of order,
Yeah.
I feel like he mentioned it as a package. I would like him to review it.
Yes.
And if we feel like after his review that we need to revisit it, I think we can as a board.
Sorry about that. But it was a package. I did mention it.
Okay.
The vision insurance was with MetLife using the VSP network. Meritage uses the exact same VSP network, and they were 1.09% below your prior rates. MetLife was calling for a 20% rate increase. So rather than go with a 20% rate increase, we get the exact same network with the exact same benefits by switching the actual carrier, and it's a 1.1% decrease. So that's why we did a package deal with Emeritus, decrease in the vision, slight increase on the dental, and they both on a 2-year guarantee. So, thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, I would like to see us go ahead and vote on that item via hand vote, just because it does change. Even though it's to our benefit, it's still worth us voting, and then I think in the general meeting it can be combined at that point.
All right.
I thought they were separate
No,
agenda
that's,
items.
and I read it, but didn't realize.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll ask for a hand vote to approve the vision insurance change.
I move that we accept the vision improvement change.
Thank you, Dr. Diot. Second, Ms. Tina Babin. All in favor?
Discussion.
Oh, I'm sorry. Any other comments from the board? Any public discussion? Okay, if not, we'll vote then. All right. Okay, motion carried. Now we go to B. To consider the renewal of life insurance for 2023 as presented by Buddy Leday of Gallagher Benefit Services, Inc., and take appropriate action.
This one's a little easier. So same exact rates, same exact plan structure. Your carrier is Guardian, and they reissued a renewal with a 3-year rate guarantee. So life insurance on this group is it's harder to find people to work with us on life because we have a lot of retirees and a lot of different benefit structures with the retirees and such. Guardian did a great job with it. And again, Delilah did a great job of negotiating them to give us another 3 years with no change. So same exact benefit, same exact pricing, another 3 years with Guard.
We have a motion to accept. Babin, second by Mr. Barrett Blazons. Is there any more questions or discussions? That's the two together, just questions. If not, do we have any, public comment? Then we'll go ahead and vote this question. There we go.
How do you spell
I'll spell it for you after. That motion carries unanimously. Letter C, to consider the renewal of short-term and long-term disability for the 2023 as presented by Buddy Leday of Gallagher Benefit Services, Inc., and take appropriate action.
This one's pretty easy as well. Cigna, under the New York Life umbrella, same company. Now it's New York Life, for their disability products. They are issuing a rate guarantee for another 3 years at the current rates. And we did go, just so you know, on life and disability, we did go out to market to see if somebody would be willing to beat it. Nobody would. A lot of them were just declining quotes because they weren't better than. If somebody's not better than, typically they just say, we're going to decline the quote on it. And Delilah, again, negotiated a 3-year rate guarantee, so no changes for the next 3 years. Again, when you're voting, it's for 1 more year. So if after a year there's dissatisfaction with the service or whatever it is, it can change. But for the next 3 years, they will not change the rates.
All right, there's no motion to accept. Ms. Babin, second Mr. Blazons. Any board discussion or just questions? Okay, with any comment from the public? If not, let's go ahead and vote. Motion carries unanimously. There being no other business before this committee, we adjourn.